Hello, and welcome to your delightful dreaming. Tonight we'll drift into the tranquil depths of our planet's most mysterious realm, discovering 100 fascinating facts about the ocean's hidden wonders. This vast blue world that cradles our Earth holds secrets both ancient and surprising, from glowing creatures in the midnight depths to underwater forests that sway like dreams in the current. So settle in comfortably, let your breathing slow, and allow your mind to float like a gentle jellyfish as we explore the peaceful mysteries of Earth's largest frontier. Whether you're seeking knowledge, relaxation, or simply a pathway to restful sleep, these soothing discoveries will carry you into the night like a calm tide. Let's begin our journey. The ocean contains enough salt to cover all land in a layer 500 feet thick. If we could extract all the salt dissolved in the world's oceans and spread it evenly across every continent, it would create a layer approximately 500 feet deep. This incredible amount of salt has accumulated over billions of years as rivers carried minerals from weathered rocks to the sea. The most abundant salt is sodium chloride, but the ocean also contains magnesium, calcium, and dozens of other dissolved minerals. This salty composition creates the perfect environment for marine life and influences ocean currents that regulate our planet's climate. The salt content remains remarkably stable, demonstrating the ocean's ability to maintain balance over geological time. Some starfish can live for over 35 years in the wild. These remarkable creatures, with their ability to regenerate lost arms and survive in various ocean environments, can live surprisingly long lives. Their longevity depends on species and environment, but many starfish reach decades of age, slowly growing and adapting to their surroundings. During their long lives, they play crucial roles as both predators and prey in marine ecosystems. Their patient hunting style and remarkable regenerative abilities help them survive the challenges of ocean life, from storms to predators, making them some of the ocean's most resilient inhabitants. The ocean's twilight zone contains more fish than all other ocean layers combined. Between 200 and 1,000 meters deep lies the mesopelagic zone, a dimly lit realm that hosts an astounding abundance of fish. This twilight region, where sunlight fades but doesn't completely disappear, supports more fish biomass than all shallower and deeper ocean zones together. These fish have adapted to low light with large eyes, transparent bodies, and bioluminescent organs. Many migrate vertically each day, rising toward the surface at night to feed and returning to deeper waters before dawn, creating one of the largest animal migrations on Earth. Seahorses are the only fish where males give birth to babies. In a unique reversal of typical reproductive roles, male seahorses carry and give birth to their young. The female transfers her eggs to the male's brood pouch, where he fertilizes and incubates them for several weeks. During this time, he provides nutrients and oxygen to the developing babies. When ready, the male seahorse experiences contractions and releases dozens of tiny, fully formed seahorses into the water. This extraordinary adaptation allows seahorse pairs to reproduce more frequently, as the female can prepare new eggs while the male tends to the current brood. The deepest fish ever recorded was found at nearly 27,000 feet below sea level. In the Mariana Trench's deepest reaches, scientists discovered a species of snailfish living at depths that were once thought impossible for vertebrates. These ghostly, translucent fish have adapted to crushing pressures over 1,000 times greater than at sea level. Their bodies contain special proteins that remain stable under extreme pressure, and they lack gas-filled swim bladders that would collapse in the deep. These discoveries continue to expand our understanding of life's limits and the remarkable adaptability of ocean creatures. Coral reefs grow incredibly slowly, sometimes less than an inch per year. The magnificent coral reefs that support 25% of all marine species are built through incredibly patient processes. Individual coral polyps extract calcium carbonate from seawater to build their skeletons, but this construction happens at a glacial pace. Some massive brain corals have been growing for over 900 years, creating living monuments to the ocean's enduring power. This slow growth makes coral reefs particularly vulnerable to damage, as it can take decades or centuries to recover from destruction caused by storms, pollution, or warming waters. The ocean produces different sounds that can be heard for thousands of miles underwater. The ocean is far from silent. It's filled with a symphony of sounds that travel vast distances through the water. Low-frequency sounds like whale songs can travel across entire ocean basins, while the crackling of snapping shrimp, the grinding of parrotfish eating coral, and the songs of fish create a constant underwater soundtrack. These acoustic environments are crucial for marine life communication, navigation, and finding food. The ocean's natural soundscape is being altered by human activities, affecting how marine animals interact with their environment. Some jellyfish are 95% water yet can still swim actively against currents. Despite being composed almost entirely of water with no brain, heart, or blood, jellyfish are surprisingly capable swimmers. Their simple but effective body plan uses rhythmic contractions of bell-shaped bodies to propel themselves through water. Some species can swim against strong currents and actively hunt prey, while others drift with ocean currents across vast distances. Their efficient design has remained virtually unchanged for over 500 million years, making them one of evolution's most successful ocean dwellers. The ocean's abyssal plains are flatter than a pancake in terms of relative smoothness. The deep ocean floor features vast areas called abyssal plains that are among the smoothest places on Earth. These underwater deserts stretch for thousands of kilometers, with gradual slopes of less than 1 degree. Fine sediments settle continuously over millions of years, filling in any irregularities and creating surfaces smoother than anything found on land. Despite their apparent emptiness, these plains support diverse communities of bottom-dwelling creatures that have adapted to life in this remote, food-scarce environment. Ocean water takes about 1,000 years to complete one full circulation around the globe. The ocean's thermohaline circulation system moves water masses through all the world's oceans in a grand, slow-motion conveyor belt. Surface water warmed in tropical regions flows toward the poles, where it cools, becomes denser, and sinks into the depths. This deep water then travels along the ocean floor back toward the equator, eventually rising to the surface to begin the cycle again. This millennium-long journey distributes heat, nutrients, and dissolved gases around the planet, playing a crucial role in regulating Earth's climate and supporting marine life. Some fish can produce antifreeze proteins to survive in polar waters. In the frigid waters of Antarctica and the Arctic, certain fish have evolved remarkable proteins that prevent ice crystals from forming in their blood and tissues. These antifreeze glycoproteins work by binding to tiny ice crystals and preventing them from growing larger. This adaptation allows fish like Antarctic toothfish and Arctic cod to remain active in waters that would freeze other fish solid. These natural antifreeze compounds are more effective than many artificial ones, inspiring research into new applications for human technology. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is twice the size of Texas, but mostly invisible to the naked eye. This massive accumulation of ocean plastic debris is composed mainly of tiny microplastic particles suspended throughout the water column rather than a solid floating island. The garbage patch forms where ocean currents converge, trapping debris in a slowly rotating gyre. While the environmental impact is significant, the patch demonstrates how ocean currents connect distant parts of the world. Waste from multiple continents can end up in this remote area. Understanding these current systems helps scientists predict how pollutants spread through marine environments. Bioluminescent organisms create 80% of all light in the deep ocean. In the ocean's dark depths, living creatures produce most of the illumination through chemical reactions in their bodies. This biological light serves many purposes: attracting prey, confusing predators, finding mates, and communicating with others of their species. The deep sea sparkles with countless tiny lights from bacteria, jellyfish, squid, and fish. Some creatures use steady glows, while others create flashing patterns, turning the deep ocean into a living constellation. This natural light show represents one of evolution's most beautiful adaptations to life in perpetual darkness. The ocean's smallest plants produce more oxygen than all rainforests combined. Microscopic phytoplankton, single-celled organisms smaller than a pinhead, are responsible for producing over 50% of Earth's oxygen. These tiny ocean drifters use photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and sunlight into energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Despite their size, their sheer abundance makes them more productive than all terrestrial forests combined. Every second breath we take comes from these invisible ocean plants, highlighting the sea's vital role in supporting all life on Earth. Some whales can hold their breath for over 2 hours while diving for food. Sperm whales are champion divers, capable of staying underwater for more than 2 hours while hunting for squid in the deep ocean. They achieve this through several adaptations, storing extra oxygen in their blood and muscles, slowing their heart rate dramatically, and shutting down non-essential body functions during dives. Their flexible rib cage collapses under pressure, preventing nitrogen from dissolving in their blood. These incredible abilities allow them to hunt in depths where few other air-breathing animals can survive. The ocean floor is spreading apart and creating new crust constantly. Along mid-ocean ridges, tectonic plates slowly pull away from each other, allowing molten rock from Earth's interior to rise up and cool into new ocean floor. This process, called seafloor spreading, creates new oceanic crust at a rate of a few centimeters per year, about as fast as fingernails grow. The newest parts of the ocean floor are found at these ridges, while the oldest oceanic crust is gradually recycled back into Earth's interior at deep ocean trenches, maintaining a dynamic balance in our planet's surface. Some sea slugs can detach and regenerate their entire heads. Certain species of sea slugs have the remarkable ability to sever their own heads when threatened or infected with parasites. The detached head can survive for weeks while growing an entirely new body, complete with heart, digestive system, and reproductive organs. Meanwhile, the discarded body may continue moving for days before dying. This extreme form of regeneration, called autotomy, allows these creatures to survive situations that would be fatal to most animals, showcasing the incredible diversity of survival strategies in the ocean. Ocean temperatures vary by less than 4 degrees Celsius across 90% of the ocean's volume, while surface temperatures range dramatically from tropical to polar regions. The vast majority of ocean water maintains a remarkably stable temperature between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius. This consistency creates predictable environments for deep-sea creatures and helps stabilize global climate. The ocean's enormous volume acts as a thermal buffer, absorbing heat during warm periods and releasing it slowly during cooler times. This thermal stability is crucial for maintaining the ocean's role as a climate regulator. Some crabs migrate hundreds of miles across the ocean floor to breed. Deep-sea crabs undertake extraordinary journeys across the abyssal plains to reach breeding grounds. These migrations can span hundreds of kilometers and may take months to complete. The crabs navigate using chemical cues, ocean currents, and possibly magnetic fields to find their way across the seemingly featureless ocean floor. These epic journeys demonstrate the remarkable navigation abilities of deep-sea creatures and highlight how even the most remote ocean environments are connected through animal movements. The ocean's hydrothermal vents create oases of life in the deep-sea desert. Around underwater volcanic vents, where superheated mineral-rich water meets frigid deep ocean water, extraordinary ecosystems flourish without sunlight. Giant tube worms, ghostly crabs, and unique fish cluster around these chemical-powered oases. The foundation of these communities consists of bacteria that convert toxic chemicals into energy through chemosynthesis. These vent ecosystems are so isolated that many species are found nowhere else on Earth, representing unique evolutionary paths in one of our planet's most extreme environments. Certain fish can change their sex based on social conditions in their community. Many marine fish species are sequential hermaphrodites, capable of changing from one sex to another during their lifetime. This flexibility helps ensure reproductive success in environments where finding mates can be challenging. Clownfish, for example, live in small groups where the largest individual becomes female. If she dies, the largest male will transform into a female to maintain the group's reproductive potential. This remarkable adaptation demonstrates how marine life has evolved flexible strategies to thrive in the ocean's unpredictable environment. The ocean contains underwater rivers that flow along the seafloor for hundreds of miles. Dense, salty water can form distinct currents that flow along the bottom of the ocean like rivers on land. These underwater rivers are created when highly saline water from enclosed seas or lagoons flows into less salty ocean water. The Mediterranean outflow, for example, flows along the Atlantic Ocean floor for over 1,000 kilometers. These bottom currents transport nutrients, heat, and marine organisms across vast distances, connecting different ocean regions and influencing global circulation patterns. Some marine bacteria can survive in conditions similar to outer space. Extremophile bacteria found in the deepest parts of the ocean can withstand conditions that would kill most life forms. Intense pressure, extreme temperatures, high radiation, and complete absence of oxygen. These hardy microorganisms provide insights into how life might exist on other planets or in the early history of Earth. Their ability to thrive in seemingly impossible conditions expands our understanding of life's limits and suggests that the ocean may harbor forms of life unlike anything found elsewhere on our planet. The ocean's color comes from the way water molecules absorb different wavelengths of light. Pure water appears blue because water molecules absorb longer wavelengths of light, reds and yellows, more readily than shorter wavelengths, blues. In deeper water, this effect becomes more pronounced, creating the ocean's characteristic blue color. However, ocean color varies depending on what's dissolved or suspended in the water. Phytoplankton can tint water green, sediments create brown hues, and certain minerals add other colors. Satellite images of ocean color help scientists monitor marine ecosystems and water quality from space. Some deep-sea creatures have no need for eyes and have evolved to be completely blind. In the perpetual darkness of the deep ocean, many creatures have lost their eyes entirely through evolution. Instead, they rely on enhanced senses of touch, smell, and hearing to navigate their environment. Some deep-sea fish have developed elongated fins with sensitive nerve endings, while others use bioluminescent lures or lateral line systems to detect water movements. This demonstrates how evolution eliminates unnecessary features and enhances useful ones in response to environmental conditions. The ocean's magnetic field can be detected by migrating marine animals for navigation. Many marine species can sense Earth's magnetic field and use it as a biological compass for long-distance navigation. Sea turtles, salmon, and various whale species all demonstrate magnetic sensing abilities. This natural GPS system allows them to navigate across vast ocean expanses with remarkable precision, often returning to the exact locations where they were born. Scientists are still discovering how these animals detect magnetic fields, but it appears to involve specialized cells containing magnetic crystals. Ocean waves can refract and focus energy like a lens focusing light. Just as light bends when passing through a lens, ocean waves change direction and intensity when they encounter underwater features like reefs, ridges, or seamounts. This wave refraction can focus wave energy at specific points along coastlines, creating areas of intense wave action next to areas of relative calm. Understanding wave refraction helps coastal engineers predict erosion patterns and design better protection for shorelines. Surfers also use this knowledge to find optimal wave conditions. Some sea anemones can live for over 1,500 years, making them among the longest-lived animals. These flower-like creatures attach to rocks or coral and may remain in the same spot for centuries. Their simple body structure and slow metabolism contribute to their extraordinary longevity. Some giant Pacific sea anemones are estimated to be over 1,500 years old, meaning they began life before Columbus reached the Americas. These ancient animals serve as living records of environmental change and demonstrate how simple organisms can achieve remarkable lifespans through efficient biological design. The ocean's tidal forces are gradually slowing Earth's rotation. The gravitational pull of the moon creates ocean tides, but this tidal friction also acts as a brake on Earth's rotation. Our planet is spinning slightly slower today than it did millions of years ago, and days are gradually getting longer. This effect is measurable but extremely small. about 2.3 milliseconds per century. The energy lost from Earth's rotation is transferred to the Moon, causing it to slowly spiral away from Earth. This cosmic dance between Earth, Moon, and ocean has been occurring for billions of years. Certain fish can navigate using polarized light patterns invisible to human eyes. Many marine animals can detect the polarization patterns of light underwater, which remain consistent even on cloudy days or in murky water. This ability provides them with a reliable compass for navigation. Fish, marine turtles, and some marine invertebrates use polarized light to maintain direction during migrations or daily movements. This natural navigation system works like built-in sunglasses that can detect the sun's position even when it's not directly visible, providing a backup to other navigational cues. The ocean stores 50 times more carbon than the atmosphere. The ocean serves as Earth's largest carbon reservoir, holding vast amounts of carbon in dissolved form and in the bodies of marine organisms. When marine plants and animals die, much of their carbon sinks to the deep ocean floor, where it can remain stored for thousands of years. This natural carbon storage system helps regulate Earth's climate by removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Changes in ocean temperature and chemistry can affect this storage capacity, making the ocean's health crucial for climate stability. Some marine algae create natural sunscreen compounds to protect themselves from UV radiation. Marine algae and coral have evolved to produce natural sunscreen molecules called mycosporin-like amino acids, MAAs, to protect against harmful ultraviolet radiation in shallow, clear waters. These compounds are so effective that scientists are studying them for potential use in human sunscreen products. The algae can adjust their production of these protective compounds based on UV exposure levels, demonstrating sophisticated biochemical responses to environmental conditions. The ocean's deepest trenches contain water that has been isolated for thousands of years. In the deepest parts of ocean trenches, water moves so slowly that some of it has been cut off from surface circulation for millennia. This ancient water has different chemical compositions and may harbor unique forms of life adapted to these isolated conditions. Studying these deep water masses provides insights into ocean circulation patterns and helps scientists understand how the deepest parts of our planet's hydrosphere function as separate systems within the larger ocean. Certain whales can communicate across entire ocean basins using low-frequency calls. Blue whales produce the loudest calls in the animal kingdom, low-frequency sounds that can travel thousands of kilometers underwater. These calls are below the range of human hearing, but can carry across entire ocean basins, allowing whales to communicate over vast distances. The ocean's sound channel, a layer where sound waves travel efficiently, acts like an underwater telephone system for these marine giants. Unfortunately, increasing ocean noise from ships interferes with this natural communication network. The ocean's thermoclines create invisible barriers that separate different water layers. Thermoclines are regions where water temperature changes rapidly with depth, creating distinct boundaries between warm surface water and cold deep water. These invisible barriers affect how nutrients, oxygen, and marine life are distributed vertically in the ocean. Fish and other marine animals often concentrate at thermocline depths, where temperature and food conditions are optimal. Climate change is affecting thermocline strength and depth. potentially altering marine ecosystems in profound ways. Some sea creatures use internal compasses made of magnetic crystals for navigation. Various marine animals, including sea turtles, fish, and marine mammals, contain microscopic crystals of magnetite in specialized cells. These biological compasses allow them to detect Earth's magnetic field and navigate with remarkable precision. The magnetite crystals are arranged in ways that maximize magnetic sensitivity, creating living compasses more sophisticated than many human-made navigation instruments. This natural technology has evolved independently in numerous species, highlighting its importance for ocean survival. The ocean floor contains more mountains than all the continents combined. Beneath the waves lies a landscape more mountainous than any found on land. Mid-ocean ridges, seamounts, and underwater mountain ranges create a vast topography of peaks and valleys. Many of these underwater mountains are taller than Everest when measured from their base on the ocean floor. This hidden landscape influences ocean currents, creates unique habitats for marine life, and plays a crucial role in global geology. Most of these underwater mountains remain unexplored and unnamed. Ocean water near hydrothermal vents can reach temperatures of 400 degrees without boiling. At great depths, the immense pressure prevents water from boiling even at temperatures that would instantly vaporize water at the surface. Near hydrothermal vents, superheated water carrying dissolved minerals shoots up from the ocean floor at temperatures exceeding 400 degrees. This incredibly hot water creates unique chemical environments that support specialized life forms. The extreme conditions around these vents may resemble conditions where life first evolved on Earth billions of years ago. Some fish can detect water movement from distances of several body lengths away. Many fish possess lateral line systems, networks of sensory organs that detect water movement and pressure changes. These biological motion detectors are so sensitive they can sense the wake left by other fish, detect approaching predators, or locate prey in murky water. This distant touch sense allows fish to navigate and hunt effectively even when visibility is poor. The lateral line system essentially gives fish a sixth sense that helps them perceive their liquid environment in ways humans cannot imagine. The ocean's role in weather formation affects rainfall patterns thousands of miles inland. Evaporation from ocean surfaces provides the moisture that eventually falls as precipitation far inland. The ocean's temperature patterns influence where storm systems form and how they move across continents. Changes in sea surface temperatures can alter weather patterns across entire continents, causing droughts in some regions and floods in others. This demonstrates how intimately connected ocean health is to terrestrial ecosystems and human agriculture, even in areas far from any coast. Certain marine worms can survive being frozen solid and thaw out alive months later. Some polychaete worms living in polar regions have evolved antifreeze proteins and other adaptations that allow them to survive being completely frozen. During winter, they can remain frozen solid for months, then resume normal activity when temperatures rise. This remarkable ability involves preventing ice crystal formation in vital organs and maintaining cell membrane integrity during freeze-thaw cycles. These natural strategies for surviving extreme cold offer insights for medical preservation techniques and astrobiology research. The ocean contains natural lava tubes that create underwater caves spanning hundreds of kilometers. When underwater volcanic eruptions create lava flows, the outer layer can cool and harden while molten rock continues flowing inside, creating hollow tubes. These lava tubes form extensive underwater cave systems that provide habitat for unique communities of marine life. Some lava tubes connect distant underwater locations, creating hidden highways for marine organisms. These geological formations demonstrate how volcanic activity shapes the ocean floor in complex ways, creating diverse habitats in seemingly barren underwater landscapes. Some marine plants can absorb nutrients directly from seawater through their entire surface, unlike land plants that obtain nutrients primarily through their roots. Many marine plants can absorb dissolved minerals and nutrients through their entire surface area. Seaweeds, seagrasses, and marine algae have evolved efficient systems for extracting nutrients directly from the surrounding water. This adaptation allows them to thrive in nutrient-poor environments and makes them highly efficient at removing excess nutrients from water, helping to maintain water quality in coastal ecosystems. The ocean's sound travels 4 times faster than in air, creating an acoustic world unlike anything on land. Sound waves move at approximately 1,500 meters per second in seawater, much faster than the 343 meters per second in air. This rapid sound transmission, combined with water's density, creates an acoustic environment where marine animals can communicate, navigate, and hunt using sound in ways impossible on land. Dolphins and whales have evolved sophisticated sonar systems, while fish use sound for everything from attracting mates to defending territory. The ocean's acoustic properties make it a world where hearing often matters more than sight. Certain deep-sea fish have jaws that can unhinge to swallow prey larger than themselves. In the food-scarce deep ocean, the ability to consume any available prey, regardless of size, provides a crucial survival advantage. Deep-sea anglerfish and gulper eels have evolved flexible skulls and expandable stomachs that allow them to swallow fish larger than their own body size. Their unhinged jaws and stretchy throats can accommodate prey that would seem impossibly large, ensuring they never miss a meal opportunity in their sparse environment. These extreme feeding adaptations showcase evolution's creative solutions to survival challenges. The ocean's pH has changed more in the past 200 years than in the previous 20 million years. Human activities are changing ocean chemistry at an unprecedented rate. As the ocean absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, it becomes more acidic, with pH levels dropping faster than at any time in the geological record. This rapid change gives marine organisms little time to adapt to new chemical conditions. Creatures that build shells and skeletons from calcium carbonate are particularly vulnerable as acidic water dissolves these structures. This chemical change represents one of the most significant alterations to ocean conditions in Earth's history. Some sea stars can clone themselves by splitting in half to create identical twins. When conditions are favorable, certain sea star species can reproduce asexually by deliberately splitting their central disk in half. Each half then regenerates the missing parts, creating 2 genetically identical individuals from one original. This cloning ability allows rapid population growth when resources are abundant and ensures genetic continuity without the need for finding mates. Combined with their ability to regenerate from severe injuries, This makes sea stars remarkably resilient and adaptable to changing ocean conditions. Ocean currents transport heat equivalent to the energy of millions of nuclear power plants. The ocean circulation system moves vast amounts of thermal energy around the globe, transporting heat from tropical regions toward the poles. The Gulf Stream alone carries heat northward, equivalent to about 100 million nuclear power plants. This massive heat transport system moderates global climate, preventing tropical regions from becoming unbearably hot and keeping polar regions from becoming even colder. The ocean's thermal conveyor belt is essential for maintaining Earth's relatively stable climate conditions. The deepest parts of the ocean have never seen sunlight and exist in perpetual darkness. Below about 1,000 meters depth, sunlight never penetrates, creating a realm of eternal night that covers most of our planet's surface. This vast dark zone, larger than all terrestrial environments combined, supports complex ecosystems powered by marine snow, chemosynthesis, and the daily migration of creatures from shallower waters. Life in perpetual darkness has evolved remarkable adaptations, creating alien-like creatures with bioluminescent organs, enormous eyes, or no eyes at all. This hidden world remains largely unexplored despite covering most of Earth's habitable space. Certain marine bacteria form living chains that can conduct electricity like biological wires. Some ocean bacteria link together in long filaments that can transmit electrical signals across distances of several centimeters, enormous distances at the bacterial scale. These bacterial nanowires allow communities of microbes to share electrons and coordinate their metabolism across sediment layers with different chemical conditions. This biological electrical system represents a form of microbial cooperation that could inspire new biotechnology applications and helps explain how complex microbial communities function in ocean sediments. The ocean's coral reefs support more species per square meter than any other marine ecosystem. Despite covering less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs support approximately 25% of all marine species, making them the most biodiverse marine ecosystems on Earth. A single coral reef can host thousands of species of fish, invertebrates, and plants in complex interdependent relationships. This incredible diversity results from the three-dimensional structure corals create, the warm, clear waters they require, and millions of years of evolutionary adaptation. Coral reefs demonstrate how biological architecture can create conditions that support extraordinary biodiversity. Some marine animals can sense Earth's gravitational field to maintain orientation underwater. In the three-dimensional environment of the ocean, determining up from down can be challenging, especially in deep or murky water. Many marine animals have evolved gravity sensors called statoliths, small dense particles that settle under gravity's influence, providing internal orientation references. Fish, invertebrates, and marine mammals use these biological level indicators to maintain proper orientation while swimming, feeding, or navigating. This gravitational sense works like an internal gyroscope, helping marine animals maintain balance in their fluid environment. The ocean floor is constantly being recycled through tectonic processes spanning millions of years. Unlike the ancient continental crust, oceanic crust is relatively young, constantly created at mid-ocean ridges and destroyed at deep-sea trenches. This geological recycling process means no oceanic crust is older than about 200 million years. young by geological standards. As tectonic plates move, they carry ocean floor like conveyor belts from creation points to destruction zones. This recycling process helps regulate Earth's surface temperature and chemistry by controlling the exchange of materials between the ocean and Earth's interior. Certain fish can produce sounds louder than a motorcycle by vibrating their swim bladders. Many fish species create sounds using their swim bladders as resonating chambers, producing calls that can be heard above water and travel long distances underwater. Some fish, like the Gulf corvina, create mating calls so loud they can be heard by humans from boats. These biological sound systems allow fish to communicate in murky water where visual signals would be ineffective. The variety of fish sounds includes drumming, croaking, clicking, and whistling, creating an underwater symphony that most humans never hear. The ocean's largest predator feeds almost exclusively on some of the smallest prey. Blue whales, the largest animals ever known to exist, feed primarily on tiny krill, small shrimp-like creatures just a few centimeters long. A single blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of krill per day during feeding season, filtering enormous volumes of water through baleen plates to capture these tiny organisms. This feeding strategy allows blue whales to efficiently harvest the ocean's productivity, converting vast quantities of small prey into the energy needed to power their massive bodies. Their feeding demonstrates how ocean food webs can support extremes of body size. Some sea slugs incorporate solar panels from their algae prey to power themselves with sunlight. Certain sea slug species can consume algae and retain their chloroplasts, the cellular structures that perform photosynthesis. These stolen solar panels continue functioning inside the slug's body for weeks or months, allowing the animal to supplement its diet with energy from sunlight. This biological solar power system, called kleptoplasty, blurs the boundaries between plant and animal nutrition strategies. The slugs essentially become temporary plants, demonstrating evolution's capacity for creating innovative biological solutions. The ocean's twilight zone undergoes the largest migration on Earth every single day. Each evening, billions of small fish, squid, and other creatures rise from the ocean's twilight zone toward the surface to feed, then descend again before dawn. This daily vertical migration involves more biomass than any other migration on Earth, moving nutrients and energy between ocean layers. The migration is so massive it can be detected by sonar systems, appearing as false ocean floors that rise and fall with the animals. This daily rhythm connects the ocean's surface and depths in a grand biological dance. Ocean water contains enough dissolved gold to make every person on Earth a millionaire. The world's oceans hold approximately 20 million tons of dissolved gold, enough to give every human about 9 pounds of the precious metal. However, this gold is diluted to just a few parts per trillion, making it currently impossible to extract economically. The gold enters the ocean through river runoff, underwater volcanic activity, and hydrothermal vents. While vast in total quantity, this oceanic treasure remains dissolved and dispersed, highlighting both the ocean's immense volume and its role as the ultimate repository for materials weathered from continents. Some marine animals create complex architectural structures rivaling human engineering. Marine organisms build structures of remarkable complexity and durability. Reef-building corals construct massive limestone cities housing millions of inhabitants. Certain worms create intricate tube networks with sophisticated water circulation systems. Deep-sea glass sponges build delicate lattice structures stronger than steel. These biological architects use only materials dissolved in seawater to create structures that can last for centuries or millennia. Their construction techniques and materials inspire human engineers seeking to develop sustainable building methods and stronger materials. The ocean's microbes recycle nutrients essential for all marine life in complex chemical cycles. Microscopic bacteria and archaea in the ocean perform chemical transformations essential for life, converting nitrogen, sulfur, carbon, and other elements between forms that different organisms can use. These microbial processes occur on scales from individual cells to entire ocean basins, regulating the chemistry that supports all marine food webs. Without these invisible recyclers working continuously in seawater and sediments, the ocean's complex ecosystems would collapse. Marine microbes essentially run the ocean's chemical economy, making life possible for all larger organisms. Certain deep-sea creatures can survive pressures equivalent to having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of them. At the deepest parts of the ocean, the pressure reaches over 100 times greater than at sea level, equivalent to the weight of 50 large aircraft pressing down on every square meter. Deep-sea creatures have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive these crushing conditions. Their proteins remain stable under extreme pressure. Their bodies contain no gas-filled spaces that would collapse, and their cellular machinery functions efficiently in high-pressure environments. These adaptations allow life to thrive in conditions that would instantly crush most surface organisms. The ocean's role as a heat reservoir moderates global temperature swings that would otherwise make Earth uninhabitable. Water's high heat capacity means the ocean can absorb enormous amounts of thermal energy with relatively small temperature changes. This thermal buffering effect prevents extreme temperature fluctuations that would occur if Earth had no ocean. Without the ocean's moderating influence, day-night temperature differences would be far more extreme, and seasonal variations would make much of the planet uninhabitable. The ocean's thermal stability creates the moderate climate conditions necessary for complex life on Earth. Some marine algae can survive being completely dried out for months, then resume growth when re-wetted. Intertidal algae experience extreme conditions as tides rise and fall, including complete desiccation during low tides. These hardy organisms can lose up to 95% of their water content and remain viable for extended periods. When seawater returns, they rapidly rehydrate and resume photosynthesis and growth. This remarkable drought tolerance involves producing protective compounds, maintaining cellular structure during dehydration, and rapidly repairing any damage upon rehydration. These adaptations allow marine plants to colonize the challenging intertidal zone where land meets sea. The ocean's bioluminescent displays create the most spectacular light shows on Earth. From space, satellite images sometimes capture the glow of massive bioluminescent blooms spanning thousands of square kilometers. These natural light displays, created by microscopic organisms responding to water movement, can be so intense they're visible from orbit. During certain conditions, entire coastlines sparkle with blue-green light as waves disturb luminescent plankton. Swimming through bioluminescent waters creates trails of light that seem magical to human observers. These displays represent one of nature's most beautiful demonstrations of the intersection between biology and physics. Ocean exploration has revealed more about our planet than any other scientific endeavor in human history. Despite decades of research, we have explored less than 5% of the ocean's volume in detail. Each new expedition reveals previously unknown species, geological features, and ecological processes. New technologies are constantly expanding our ability to study the deep ocean, from robotic submersibles to satellite sensors. The ocean continues to surprise scientists with discoveries that change our understanding of life, geology, and climate. As we peer deeper into the ocean's mysteries, we simultaneously discover more about the fundamental processes that make our planet unique in the known universe. As our peaceful journey through the ocean's mysteries draws to a gentle close, let the vast blue depths settle calmly in your thoughts. These hidden wonders continue their ancient rhythms beneath the waves, following patterns older than human civilization and as constant as the tides themselves. May the ocean's endless secrets and the gentle pulse of its currents guide you into restful sleep, where dreams flow like quiet tides, carrying you toward peaceful shores. The ocean remains our planet's greatest frontier, holding mysteries yet to be discovered and stories yet to be told. In its depths lie answers to questions we haven't yet learned to ask, and in its vastness rests a reminder of how much wonder still awaits our curious minds. As you drift towards sleep, carried by these liquid thoughts and oceanic dreams, remember that beneath the waves, countless creatures continue their nightly journeys through the dark depths, following ancient patterns of survival and grace. Thank you for joining me on this calming voyage through the ocean's peaceful wonders. If these soothing facts about our planet's blue heart brought you comfort and curiosity, please consider liking and subscribing